Very good morning, everyone. We are learning the subject of electromagnetics and we are studying the chapter of the waveguides and the wave propagation. So in that we have seen the basic introductory part related to the waveguides, related to the how the wave will be propagated in the waveguides. That we have seen the basic fundamentals related to that. We have seen the modes of operation. We have seen the types, okay, and how we can measure the parameter. All these things we have seen. So today also we will continue how in the different mode this waveguide can be work. Okay, so we have seen the TE, TM and TEM. So here the brief introduction about again the TE and TM. So in this comparison chart, you can identify easily how the wave in the dielectric medium, that is in the TE modes, because we know very well there are the three classification or the three modes in which the wave will be propagated in the different modes in the waveguides. That is nothing but the TE, next is nothing but the TM, and third is nothing but here the TEM modes. Okay, so in the TE mode, this is a summary chart. In that we are interested to calculate the propagation constant, the intrinsic impedance, the velocity of your the propagation, as well as your the wavelength. So these we can calculate not only in the dielectric medium but also for the waveguide. So this is the different what we can say difference between these two parameters. That is nothing but you are the wave propagation, how we can calculate in the dielectric medium, how we can calculate in the waveguide. Intrinsic impedance, how we can calculate here in this section, how we can calculate for the TE modes. Similarly, the velocity of propagation or velocity of the light, you can calculate in the dielectric medium, how it is possible to calculate in the waveguide, that we can observe easily with the help. And the last parameter is nothing but the wavelength, that is also possible to measure in the dielectric medium as well as the waveguides. So this is the variation of the wave impedances. How you can observe easily. See here the difference between the intrinsic impedance, or you can say the characteristic impedance, or also known as the wave impedances. The graph is plotted between the wave impedance along with the frequency ranges and all the three modes. So how that is, how it is varying, that is you can observe easily. See here the reference point of a 0. See here the changes in the characteristics impedance or the wave impedance, or the what we can say the intrinsic impedance, all the things, how they are varying, See here at this, at the beginning that will be the 0, and later on at the particular instant or the frequency, that is nothing but the cutoff frequency. On that all the TE and the TM are what you can say, you may calculate. So at this from 0 to particular value, you can calculate or that mode will be in the TM mode. That you can calculate the wave impedance, you can calculate the characteristic impedance, which is varying with the frequency and up to certain frequency value. So this TM will be act, and later on if it's increasing, or and this one is decreasing, you can say from the larger value to the lower value of your in the TE mode. Similarly, this is one of the example in which it clearly mentioned how the parameters can be given and how you can calculate the value. Okay, if the parameter is given, just like which medium is used, okay, and what we can say the dimensions are mentioned. Yesterday we have seen where is my A, where is my B. So accordingly the dimensions are mentioned at a particular frequency, or that frequency is nothing but the operating frequency. So in this way, how you can calculate the cutoff frequency if you are having the values, parameters, how unknown parameter can be calculated, that is possible with the help of these parameter in the waveguides. So how it is possible, how you can calculate the cutoff frequency if the A and the B values given, dimensions are mentioned, if the operating frequency is given, okay, if the band is given and the medium is given. So that time how you can calculate the cutoff frequency, you can calculate the cutoff frequency in this waveguide. That is nothing but the velocity of propagation divided by 2 root of m by a and n by b, where the m and the n is nothing but they are using for the mediums of a different modes, along with the wavelength as well as concentrating the wavelength as well as the frequency, that I will show you in the further slide how that is mentioned here. So A and the B are nothing but the dimensions of the coordinates in the x and the y planes. So in this way, you can calculate the cutoff frequency. Even if you are having the standard equation, that is nothing but they clearly mention if that is nothing but electric field equation is given, that is in the z direction. So at that time also, this is nothing but the amplitude of electric field, or you can say the peak value of your the electric field, or the magnitude of your the electric field. Okay, the sine and the cosine you can take with the exponential form. That is possible, that you are going to measure all these things in the volt per meter at a particular frequency of your the, or you can say the operating frequency of the 15 gigahertz. So in this way you can calculate what should be my, before going to start you should know what should be my mode of your the wave propagation, what should be my the remaining part of that things. So here you can find easily with the, by observing this equation you can find easily that is a mode of operation, which mode you are going to use. Secondly is nothing but the propagation constant beta, and you can determine the ex and the ey. So see here, so one of the example is again given, that is nothing but my electric field is in the y direction. So how I can calculate the other parameter if the magnitude is given of your the magnetic field at that time, and the height and the a and the b, not the b but a is given just because of the y plane. So in A and the B part were there in the X and the Y plane. So here the Y is mentioned. So we are concentrating on the A dimension. So along with the complex number also you can find easily with the help of the imaginary part in this case. So in this way you can plot by observing this, how the dimensions are changing, how the angles are changing. Okay, you can focus on this one, and you can find the velocity of propagation, and you can plot with the help of the software also you can plot that graph. Okay, that is also possible. See here the parameter, how you can calculate the velocity at a particular energy when that is traveling. So how you can calculate the group velocity, or you can say the group velocity, you can say in short. So that is nothing but the propagation constant and angular frequency. With the help of the normal and the cutoff frequency you can calculate easily, and you can mention that units. Similarly, what is your the group velocity and as well as the propagation velocity is mentioned here. In this way you can calculate the propagation uh, uh, velocity of propagation. So see here how the high frequency can be get, how the medium and the low frequency you can get, how the refraction and how the incident wave are traveling, how the reflection and the refraction is going on. Okay, so in this way, if high frequency is there, see here you can observe easily the difference between the refraction and the incidence wave is if the incidence wave is passing. So what will be the effect of the refraction and reflection, that is mentioned here. If frequency is increasing, what will be the effect of your the group velocity? That is nothing but it is also increasing. So in short, frequency is directly proportional to the velocity of your group velocity. So in this way you can find easily the power transmission, okay, average power by concentrating the electric field of your the X and as well as the Y plane, and with the help of the Poynting theorem also you can calculate the P average. So attenuation in the lossy waveguides, that P average you can find easily the magnitude of that power and with a complex number. So in this way the loss at power loss you can say at the terminating point also you can calculate easily. That we have seen in the network analysis. With the help of the maximum power transfer theorem also we can simplify, as well as with the help of this that is nothing but the Poynting theorem also it is easily possible to find out the things. Similarly, here in the attenuation for the TE, this case is showing 1, 0. That is nothing but the modes, that is of E electric field as well as the magnetic field. In this way, we can plot the graph, as well as we can identify for which particular medium and for which particular application we are going to use this modes. That is too important. So if that is a dielectric conductivity is there, the medium is the dielectric at the time. If the medium is the dielectric at the time, how you can find the attenuation constant that is measured in the Nepomnometer. So that is, you can calculate easily with the help of the conductivity, intrinsic impedance, the frequency and operating frequency and the cutoff frequency. In this way, the conductor at a particular attenuator also possible to calculate here. If the medium is a dielectric, what will be the attenuation? If medium is you are the conductor, what will be my attenuation? So that is possible. See here the difference. You can calculate easily by the few value which will be given in the either in the figure or the numerical. In this way, you can calculate easily the attenuation and dielectric as well as your the conductor. So in the waveguides, what is mean by the cavities? Cavities are also known as your the resonators, which are used for the storing the energies. Okay, so in the tubes, you can say that is the tube is nothing but the klystron tubes, and the bandpass filter is used, and the frequency is measured in if the distance is too longer in the meters. At that time, these cavities are useful or the resonators are useful. So equivalent circuitry of your the RLC circuit at a high frequency, if this is the case at the time, these cavities are useful, and this may be available in either the cylinder or the crystal cubical forms. See here, this is the figure is shown here. In this way, the resonator is available. You can connect it. So while you are going to simplify the numerical on the cavity, either in the TE mode or in the TM mode. Okay, so that is also possible. You need to study how we can simplify, how we can solve. So you should remember that is electric field at Z direction. So at the time X, Y and the Z parameter, if you're thinking, so what will be the capital X? That is nothing but the magnitude, you can say. Okay, so on a particular direction, that is X, Y in the Y, Z into the Z. So in short, we can say X is nothing but either you can consider here the X, Y, Z are the vectors, and small x, small y, and small z are nothing but the direction. In this way, how you can calculate, how you can write that equations in the form of your the by concentrating the constant terms, that is C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, and C6. The cos and the sine form. So you can find, and in this way you can calculate your the constant value, that is nothing but the k, by taking you can say in the x direction, y direction, and the z direction. So here other case is nothing but how you can calculate the boundary conditions if you are going for the mode is TM modes. Okay, so that is also possible. So here the resonator shape is mentioned here. See here the parameters or the value or the dimensions of your the A, B, and the C. What is the origin part is here, in which direction, that is the Z dimension. Vertical is Y you can take, and slanting you may take as a X. If slanting is X, vertical is Y, and this one is the Z. At the time you can find easily what is the dimension of your the A, B, and the C. This you can calculate. And the electric field is in the Z direction. Already we have studied in the previous slides. So here the if that is a Y vertical, so 0 to B, and if X is there, then 0 to A likewise. Okay, you can find easily. So how you can conclude that is the constant value at X, at Y, and at a Z, that is M, N, and the P, that is a pi by A diameter, you can take easily. So where the C is the dimension in the Z direction, obviously. So this C is nothing but at a Z direction. So in this way, you can write all the equation which is related to the diameter of A, B, and the C. You can substitute in the standard equation all the values, that is E at a Z. So this is the peak value of your the electric field, and here already we have done in the previous slide. So this was related to the, you can say the A is related to your the X plane, the B is related to the Y plane, and C is related to the Z plane. So where the constant value K can be calculated, that is nothing but M pi by A of square, N pi by B of square, and P pi by C of square. Likewise, the ultimate, if you're not having this value, it means that indirectly you are having the value of your the omega square mu epsilon pair, the angular velocity, permittivity, and the permeability. In one case, in the one of the numerical, maybe you will have the value of ABC, or maybe have the value of your M, N, and the pi. If you're not having neither the M, N, P, or the ABC, then at the time definitely the values will be given in the form of your the permittivity, permeability, and the angular velocity frequencies. So now the next is nothing but you need to study about the resonant frequency while you are going to learn these are different modes of your the waveguides. So resonant frequency is the same for your the TM or the TE modes. So maybe the question will arise many times if we are going to change the modes. So that is TE, either the TE, TM, or the DEM. So resonant frequency will be differ. Okay, that is nothing but the FR, that is nothing but the FC, or that is nothing but the FZ. Maybe the change, but this is not the case. The resonant frequency will be the same throughout the case of your the TM and the TE. Okay. So here, what is this one? 111,101 is a wavelength will be the change and the frequency will be changed, and accordingly this notation will be mentioned. Okay, from the if the orders are changing from the lowest to the highest, at that time also these are applicable. The resonance frequency you can calculate if you are having all these three cases, M, N, and P, or the A, B, or the C diameters. Okay. So even the alternate is nothing but again the resonators of the cavity for the TE modes. That is, if we are talking about the E, definitely we are writing the equation in the form of here the H. If we are right TM, so you are writing the equation in the form of the electric field. Okay, so these are the difference that you should understand, and why you are going to simplify the numerical, why you are going to write the expression for the such cases, such modes. So here H, Z will be there for the in the X, Y, and the Z direction. This is the X, Y, and the Z are the vectors. You may say X and small x, small y, and small z are in the direction. So in this way, you can find easily the constant terms, okay, continuously in the sine and the cosine, and you can find easily in the magnetic field also. Okay. See here how we can represent. Already we have studied. Z will be the 0, and that is the diameter of the C. X will be the 0A, 0 comma A, and the Y will be 0 comma B. But we know very well X and the Y will be the 0, and the Z is also the 0 term. How we can calculate the constant term, that is a K in the X, Y, and the Z plane. So that is the formula will be same. Okay, only the change in your the instead of electric field, this will be the magnetic field. That you need to focus on that. So next parameter is also we need to study, and why you are going to simplify the numerical. That time you will be able to find how we can simplify this, how we can find out the parameters which are related. Already I have explained many times the basic parameter you need to calculate, just like your the cutoff frequency, just like your the propagation constant, phase constant, attenuation constants, the quality factor, the lambdas. Okay, and even in a many time the impedances and all. So see here, this is also one of the parameter you need to calculate in the regards. That is a quality factor denoted by Q, and the cavity, which is also known as your the resonators, and which has the walls with the infinite conductivity, and therefore the losing the stored energy. So here's few what we can say the function and properties mentioned here. The quality of the quality factor, which is characterize the losses and bandwidth of the cavity resonator, we need to calculate. If you're the medium is the dielectric, at the time the cavity are used for the resonators, amplifiers, and oscillators at a microwave frequencies. Okay, so you need to take care here why you are going to calculate the quality factors. You are focusing on the quality of that signals, waves which are propagating. So you should think over it. So see here, the dielectric resonator, the figure is shown here, which is used at the antenna with the cap, you can say, and measuring the radiation efficiency. So definitely we are aware from these things. That is, if wave is propagating, what should be my radiations? Even you should concentrate how my the wave is incident, how my wave will be reflected, likewise how the angle is coming here, what is the phase difference. These are the basic terms, so that you can get what should be my radiation efficiency. So in this way the signals can be passed, and you can calculate the parameters. See here, the quality factor can be defined, that already we are aware, we have studied in the resonance circuitry. Okay, so Q is equals to 2 pi into time average energy stored divided by loss of energy per cycle of your the oscillation. How you can find the time average energy? That is nothing but the energy is denoted by the W, and this the loss of energy, the loss of energy per cycle of your the oscillation can be calculated. That is nothing but the PL. So in this way you can find the quality factor, that is Q is equals to 2 pi or W divided by PL. Okay, so these are the terms which is related to ABC. Okay, ABC. Okay, and related to the different mode TE, TM, and TEM, that you should note down here. Be careful in the apostrophes is showing the what we can say domain. You can say the which modes, so either the TE, TM, or TEM, and along with that, that is nothing but your the A, B, and the C diameter values. You need to take care about the frequency and the what we can say the wavelength, these things. Okay, so in this way you can calculate this mode. That is nothing but you are the A and B and the C. How you can find what is this lambda? Lambda is nothing but the depth of penetration or the skin effect, that already we have studied. Okay, already we have studied in the transmission line and all. Even this is also in the transmission line in the network analysis subject also. So in this way you can find the depth of penetration or the skin effect. Okay, how the depth is formed while the wave is propagating from the transmitting to the receiving portion, how depth is there, how the signal is penetrate. Okay, in this way you can find with the help of the conductivity, with the help of the permeability and all. So see here, the one of the next example is mentioned here, how you can calculate if the dimensions are given for the resonators in the centimeters, that is the A, B, and the C. Okay, and the medium is the air with the material of your the copper, and the conductivity is nothing but your the 5.8 is given here. So find the resonant frequency and the quality factor for the dominant modes. So, okay, so how you can find the resonant frequency, that is FR is given, maybe the FC, maybe the F0, doesn't matter because every textbook they are referring the different notations. So see here, 114 they given here. So what is given here, that is nothing but 3.10 raised to 10. That already we have seen the formula, that is the velocity of propagation. Okay, that you can send divided by 2 root of A, B, and the C. That is nothing but the M pi, N pi, and the P pi divided by A, B, and the C. All these things are mentioned here. In this way, you can calculate the resonant frequency, that is of 9 gigahertz. Okay. And if you're changing for the particular, that is the, here the 110 was there. So see here, my M, N, and what we can say the P, my M, N, and the P. So 110. Similarly, if I'm changing, so 101, that is nothing but M is 1, N is 0, and the P is nothing but 1 again. So in this way, you can calculate not only the resonant frequency, but also the skin effect or the depth of penetration. Okay, depth of penetrations. The third parameter, what you have calculated in all the cases, you have calculated the resonant frequency, you have calculated the resonance frequency if the mode is changing. Also, you have calculated the depth of penetration. Next is nothing but the quality factor. Okay, so here again, if nothing is given, you can assume that is which mode is there, that is a TE, you can say the TM or the TEM you can use. And as per given in the numerical, you can use here the what we can say MN and the pi values, and you can find easily the parameters. So in the waveguides, what are the parameters import? Already we have studied the circular, elliptical, and the rectangular, and many more types of the waveguides. Here also, if you are listed what parameter you need to calculate. If I am studying about my rectangular waveguide, that is nothing but the TE, TM, and the TEM. We are interested in the cutoff frequency. We are interested in the wave propagation. We are also interested in the velocity of the light of the wave. See here, one of the biggest example. See here, the mode is before going to start this, I will show you here. If 10 is there, that is MN is given. Okay, MN is given 10. Here the MN is also given 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. Likewise. If three things are given is M, N, and the P. M, N, and the P. That is nothing but the modes are given. How we can evaluate the things, how we can find the cutoff frequency, how we can find the quality factor, what is the my wavelength, what are the diameters of your the A, B, and the C. That also, that is useful. So see here, the TE is the mode, whereas the M and the N are nothing but the, again the for evaluating the clearly the modes are mentioned. So here M is the 1 and the N is the 0. Here N is the 0 or M is the 0 and N is the 1, vice versa case. So this is a calculated cutoff frequency with the help of the formula in the gigahertz. Okay, in the gigahertz. So see here, they mention the cutoff frequency in the MN form you have calculated. Okay, MN is mentioned, that is nothing but this is M, this is an M, N, M, N, M, N, M, N, likewise. So with the help of the formula, by substituting the value of M, by substituting the value of N, and the other things you have calculated, because A and the P is also mentioned here clearly. A is nothing but 0.9. And that is measured in the inch, and that is converted into the meter, 0.02286 meters, 0.600 in inch, and 0.0152 in the meters is given. So in this way, you can easily find the cutoff frequency. You can find here by looking these modes, you can find the cutoff frequency of MN in the, and you can measure in the gigahertz. See here, the reflection and incidence wave is traveling, the wave is propagating, the incident, then the reflection and the refraction case is going on. How the velocity of propagation is going on from here, how the parameters of your the A, B, and the C is mentioned here. See here, the A, then the B, then the C. Electric field and the plus or minus of electric field is mentioned. If this is my center node, that time you should take care about the E and the, what you can say, E is plus or minus of E0 you can find easily. In this way, in the rectangular waveguides, how the wave can be propagated is shown here. For any value of your the m, we can write the simple trigonometric formula. You can calculate here. You can find easily the sin theta, that is m lambda by 2 of a. So we are interested here to find out the lambda. Lambda is equals to 2a divided by m of sin theta. That is nothing but here the velocity of your propagation divided by the f. So in this way, you can calculate the waveguide can support the propagation as well as the wavelength, which is the smaller than the critical value. So lambda c will be occurred at theta is equals to 90 degrees. So in this way, you can calculate what we can say the critical wavelength lambda c is equals to 2a divided by m in the mathematical expression uu divided by mc. So where the fc is nothing but the Kotta frequency is mentioned here. In this way, you can find out the normal lambda wavelength as well as the Kotta wavelength at a particular Kotta frequency. So see here, the next is nothing but again in the rectangular waveguide, how wave can be propagated, time taken or time required to move from the A to the C. That is, where is my A? A is here, like B, C here. The A is traveling like here. I will show you. See here, A coming down. This is again the A. You can say, okay. Either you can go ahead and then this up and then the back, or you can say with the dotted, or this will be reflected from here A to this one. See, so this is the case. In this way, you can find the time, that is the distance, and the velocity of your the wave, that is the distance from A to C. You can find the velocity of your the wave front, that is u is mentioned, and this is m lambda by 2 is mentioned. In this way, you can find the length also. Okay, you can find that length of the distance, that is m lambda by 2 cos theta. Again, the time taken by traveling from the A to D is also mentioned here. In this way, you can find all the time period along with the velocity. You can observe how the velocity, wave velocity can be calculated. U, that is 1 by root of mu epsilon and 1 by mu 0 mu r epsilon 0 epsilon. Already we have done many numericals we have solved on this basis. See here, the U is the wave velocity and UG is nothing but the group velocity. See here the difference, how the phase velocity you can measure. If this is my diameter of A, it's coming from here, getting down, crosses the woman, and then the angle of incidence is measuring. Okay, so UP, UU, UG, and the US is mentioned here. Analogy of that, how we can measure the phase velocity, wave velocity, and the group velocity. If we are going to consider the examples of your the OC, and then at that time you should remember how you have calculated the parameters in the velocity of propagations and the group velocity and the wave velocity likewise. See here the next parameter also you can find in the rectangular waveguide, that is nothing but the phase constants beta. Here lambda you can find easily the impedances at a particular mode, that is the TE mode wave impedance, TM mode of a wave impedance. So in the both the cases we are interested in the impedances of your the M and N. Okay, the modes by looking that whether it's a TE or the TM, we can find easily the impedances by concentrating the two major values, that is a normal or operating frequency and the cutoff frequencies. So see here one of the example which parameters are given, how you can find the velocity of a wave, how you can find the velocity of propagation, how you can find the group velocity. All these three you can find easily if the operating frequency is given. The tabular form is also mentioned there. In this way you can calculate easily. Okay, how I can find my cutoff frequency of 10, that is also mentioned here. What should be my value? How I can find these parameters divided by root of epsilon r into A. In this way, you can even find the normal frequency by this formula. You can find the velocity of propagation. You can find the group velocity. You can find the wave velocity. All these things. See here, one of the example is given here. Okay. So see here the modes 1001, 11, 2002, and the cutoff frequency is here. You can measure with the help of the formula. See here the cutoff frequency again in the gigahertz. See here, you can find easily as per the frequency ranges. You can place your the mode MN mode. You can place 1001, 11, 202, 20 likewise. And this is the formula by which you can calculate. These are the diameters of your the waveguides, the A, B, and the C. You can substitute in the inches, you can convert into the centimeter and the meters, and you can substitute and you can find the unknown parameters. Likewise, the impedances also can be calculated. Okay, Zin. Okay, Zin in the, even in the mode also you can find easily. Zin in the imaginary part also you can find easily. That is a tan of beta L. Okay, so you need to substitute the value of what is the beta, what is the value of L. You can find easily. You can find easily the propagation constant. See here, you can find easily propagation constant. Okay, you can find easily with the help of that propagation constant, that by in the TE10 mode impedances. So every time it's depending upon the formula and the given parameter in the numerical, you can find the unknown parameters. But the thing is that you should remember the impedance characteristics formula. You should remember the phase constant, propagation constant, attenuation constant, and the input impedances, characteristics impedances, the wavelengths, okay, and the quality factor, the all these things you should aware, you should know the formula, you should know the derivation, you should know the units, how we can measure. So this was related to your the wave propagation in wave guides, and that to basic introductory part we have seen, and we focus on the one of the type, that is nothing but the rectangular wave guides. In this way, I'm going to stop here. Thank you so much.